Assalamualaikum students, I hope you all are fine. As today we have to start our chapter number 2. So I want you all to open your books as we have completed our first chapter, and now we are moving towards our chapter number 2, which is on page number 11. Now let's open your page. On page number 11 there is a poem which is Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. Okay, this poem was by Robert Lee Frost, and Robert Lee Frost was American. He was basically an American poet and a farmer as well. Okay, so he wrote this poem in 1928. Okay, so now we have to move toward the difficult words of this poem. Okay, now let's start our poem. The first word is darkest evening. Darkest evening. The meaning of darkest evening is, as it can easily shown by the word as well, winter evenings are much darker than summer evening in places closer to the North Pole. Okay, so basically winter, they are telling us that winter evenings are more darker than summer evening. So they are saying that darkest evening. Okay, the evening which is darkest. Okay, the next word is downy. The meaning is lie down the soft under feathers of young birds. Lie down the soft under feathers of young birds. The next word is flake. The meaning of flake is small pieces of snowy flakes. As you see, there is a picture of flake over here as well. You can see it that this is a flake of snow. Okay. Next word is harness. The leather straps and belts used to control a horse. As you can see in the picture as well, there is a belt on a horse for controlling an animal. We put the belt on it. Okay, so this belt was known as harness. Okay, so after discussing these words, these difficult words, let's move toward the poem. As I first of all, I tell you that this poem is about a man who is impressed by beautiful, lovely words, but he did not stop there to watch them, as he have many works to do. Okay, so now let's move towards the reading. Whose words these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. Okay. Okay, so in the first stanza, as we have read the first stanza, so in the first stanza, the poet is basically saying that the poet is, as you see, is passing by the woods, and he felt so pleased by the beauty of nature, and he thought that he maybe know about the owner of woods, and he wanted to and the owner is not going to see him here. Okay, so he was trying to, and as he was so pleased by the nature over there, and he and the owner of that place is not going to see him there. Okay, as he was going from there, from that place basically. Okay, so now let's move toward the second stanza. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. Okay, as you see, there's a word queer. Queer means strange. Okay, queer means strange. Okay, in the second stanza, the poet is saying that his horse is maybe thinking that his horse is might be thinking that thinking it strange, as as there is no farmhouse nearby, and his horse is also feeling so cold, as it was, as you can see that there is so cold over there at that place, and in the dark evening his horse was feeling so strange. Okay, in that circumstances. Let's move toward the next stanza. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. Okay, so in this stanza, the poet is basically saying that as the horse felt strange, he gave his belt a shake to ask his master that if there is any problem or if there is any mistake. And as they were standing in the woods nearby, and so the horse was the horse shaken his harness to ask his master, okay. And except the poet and the horse, there is a sound of flakes which were falling, and the sound of wind as well, okay, in that place, okay. Now let's move toward the next answer. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So, in this stanza, as woods and nature of that place seemed so lovely to the poet, but he don't stop there for so long, as he have so many works to do and he have so many promises to fulfill. Okay, so I hope you all get clear about this poem, as this is so easy poem for all of you. And in short, I'll again summarizing this poem, that in this poem there's a this poem is basically about a man who is impressed by beautiful lovely nature of words, but he did not stop there for a while, and he did not stop there to watch them. And as he have many works to do and he have many promises to fulfill, okay, so he kept going on in his journey. After completing the reading of the poem, let's move towards the exercise. Okay. Now, take out page number 12. Exercise. Understanding the poem, we have some question answers over here. We have to discuss them. Okay. The question number 1 is, to whom did the woods belong? To whom did the woods belong? As we know that the owner of the woods, or the who lives in a farmhouse nearby, was the owner of the woods. Okay. Did the rider see a farmhouse? Did the rider see a farmhouse? No, the rider did not see the farmhouse, because he had kept going on in his journey, and he did not stop for a while there. Okay, so he did not see the farmhouse. Okay. Next question. During which season or month do you think this event took place? Give a reason for your answer. Okay, as you know that this poem, or this scene was taken place at in the winter season. As you can also see, is there is a picture of a winter season. Okay, there is a snow over there, and we have to quote that in which season. During winter season this event took place. Give a reason for your answer, as you can also see in the picture as well. So we can easily find out that there is a that the reason behind it is a we can easily that the reason behind it is we can easily find out by the picture. Okay, so that's the reason. Just what mood or atmosphere did the what mood or atmosphere does this poem create? Okay, I'm repeating it again. What mood or atmosphere does this poem create? Okay, so in this poem we can easily find out that there is an atmosphere of cold winter evening. So we have to tell them. Okay, so we can easily find out that there is an atmosphere. The poet this in this poem, the atmosphere was being created as a cold winter evening. Okay, the atmosphere was cold winter, and the atmosphere of this poem was cold winter evening. Okay, so let's move toward the next questions. These questions are more difficult. Discuss them first. Okay, why do you think the rider stopped by the woods? Okay, why do you think the rider stopped by the woods? Okay, so why do you think the poet rider stopped by the woods? As we can easily find out that the rider or the poet stopped for a while because he was so impressed by the beauty of he was so impressed by the beauty of the nature of and of the lovely woods. Okay, now let's move towards the next question. I'm again repeating the answer. The first one, that the poet or the writer stopped by the. Why do you think the writer stopped by the woods? Because the writer stopped by the woods because because he was so impressed by the beauty of the woods. Okay, why was the horse puzzled? The horse was puzzled because there is no farmhouse nearby, so he got surprised, as we had read in the poem as well. So you have to quote that the horse was puzzled because there is no farmhouse nearby. Okay, he got surprised and puzzled as well. Now let's move toward the next question. Where do you think the rider was going? Where do you think the rider was going? He was going to watch the woods that are filled up with snow. Okay, and he was also going on his journey to fulfilling his work, or to complete his works and promises as well. Okay, I I hope you all get cleared with that questions. Now we'll moving towards the next part of that exercise.